Social media content creator Alicia McCarville went viral a few years back when she posted this video of herself and her husband to TikTok. At the time, loads of people were doing videos similar to this one. She probably thought it was cute, a little bit of fun. But this innocent little video made the internet lose its damn mind. People simply could not believe that a man as fit and handsome as Scott, her husband, could possibly find Alicia attractive, let alone marry her. It's a tale as old as time. Handsome, rich, successful man marries down. She's ugly, they fume. How did she get him? He could do so much better. She must have trapped him. He must have mummy issues. In Australia, we even have a name for it. Punching. If you are told that you are punching above your weight, it basically means that you are in a relationship with someone who is much better looking than you. You are the ugly one. And your partner could and should do so much better than you. And it got me thinking, is there something to this whole punching thing? What does attract hot guys to unattractive women? Is it just other people who are jealous and trying to bring said woman down? Or is there actually some kind of secret formula that these ugly women use to ensnare attractive men? Of course, on the other hand, it's seen as normal when an attractive woman marries an unattractive man. He's obviously rich, or famous, or has a big willy, or he's in a position of power that could elevate the attractive woman's social standing. Nothing wrong with it, totally normal, totally fine, nobody bats an eyelid. But when an attractive or rich or famous man goes for a woman who we deem to be less attractive, less rich, or less famous, we are left confused. People are shocked. It's an injustice. Like in the instance of power star Omari Hardwick and his choice of wife in publicist Jennifer Fauch. Not only was Jennifer not rich, not famous, but she was also ugly as fuck, if you believe her detractors. Then you've got Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin, for example. The Justin Bieber fandom was horrified when he married Hailey. Here's Justin, a good-looking, rich, talented male, and Hailey, who was somewhat less rich and less famous, but not by much, mind you. She's ugly, the internet fumed. He deserves better than her. He clearly only married her to get back at his ex Selena. He couldn't possibly be in love with her. Then the fact that Pierce Brosnan, aka James Bond, has dared to not divorce his wife of 22 years because she has put on weight, had 2 children, and has the nerve to look a little bit older now at the age of 60 than she did when she married him at the age of 37, has really upset the internet. One Twitter user went as far as to use Keely and Pierce as fodder for a meme which stated that this was the reason that no one should get married. Has nobody noticed that Piers himself doesn't exactly look the same now as he did when he got married to Keely? As usual, we just seem to focus on the appearance of the female. She has to keep her looks, her body, stay looking youthful forever, which is bloody physically impossible. But of course, men can get dad bods. That's endearing and lovable, like a squishy teddy bear that you just want to cuddle. Grey hair, silver fox, very attractive. Lines, wrinkles, they're distinguished. It's such a bloody double standard and it really pisses me off. Despite the fact that people seem to think that Keely is not attractive enough to be married to James Bond, strangely enough, he seems to be absolutely besotted by her. He certainly doesn't think she's ugly or unattractive. In fact, he seems to be more in love with her now than when they got married. He said himself that he loves her curves. He thinks she's beautiful. I found a great woman in Keely Shea. Not if I searched a million times over would I find one as good, is what he said. Then there's the Danish footballer Brian Laudrup, who dared marry Mette. People simply can't seem to understand how these two ended up together. They claim that Mette is ugly, yet clearly Brian doesn't think so. And he obviously likes her because they have been together for 36 years and have 2 daughters together. And then there's Cillian Murphy. I love Cillian Murphy. Irish guys. The furor surrounding Cillian Murphy's wife of 20 years, mind you, Yvonne McGuinness, was... She's ugly, the internet fumed. How dare Cillian find her attractive, let alone marry her? And I have to wonder, are we looking at the same woman? I know beauty is subjective and all, but I think she is so beautiful. Okay, so she's not Kim Kardashian or Megan Fox, but I see gorgeous cheekbones, soulful eyes, beautiful smile. I mean, just look at this woman's bone structure. I, for one, can definitely see how Cillian is attracted to her. Not to mention, like Cillian, Yvonne is a fellow creative. Yvonne is a classically trained visual artist who holds a master's degree from the Royal College of Art in London. Let's not be so quick to discount how attractive intelligence and creativity is in a person. Then there's Aaron Taylor Johnson. This one is a doozy for a multitude of reasons. His wife, Sam Taylor Johnson, really gets the internet's Nick is in a twist. Aaron's fans are furious that he chose her. They literally cannot understand why he would marry someone who they claim is not only older, I mean she is, but that she's also ugly. Now I am not going to get into the age gap here. Let's just say it's a big one, and there was definitely some kind of weird power dynamic at play when these two got together, but I digress. Calling Sam ugly is just plain incorrect. Physically, she's got great hair, a strong body, lovely cheekbones, great teeth, and sparkly eyes. If you ignore our current beauty standards for just one moment, you will see that actually she's very, very attractive. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, looks aren't important, looks don't matter. Of course looks matter. Being physically attracted to your partner is pretty important. And here's the real kicker. Some people don't determine what they find to be attractive in the opposite sex based on physical attributes at all. Some men really couldn't give a shit what color your hair is, or how big your nose is, or how flat your belly is, or how big your butt is. Believe it or not, some people are actually attracted to intelligence. Some might value humor or kindness, creativity, empathy. It's almost like there's more to women than what we look like.
I posted a simple transition video of me and my husband going from towels to dressed up together. This is not unlike what all kinds of different couples do on this app. My video went viral, and I know we all know why. It's because by beauty standards, we don't make sense. And since we don't add up, people try to add things to my side of the equation to make it make sense by saying things like, oh, she must not have been fat when they met, or oh, she's got to be rich. Or they try to decrease his side of the equation by saying things like, he must be gay, or he fetishes fat women. I get asked this question all the time. Do you get jealous when people hit on your husband? And my answer is always no. That's because when people typically slide into his DMs, they're leading with their body first. And on the scale of what my husband values, how well my body fits into the beauty standards is not on the top of his list. He values my humor and my commitment and my love and my caring heart. So when someone slides into his DMs leading with their body first, he's asking, but what else? Because he, like I, know that people's values don't lie in how well their bodies fit into society's trash beauty standards.
And if you guys need proof that looks aren't all that when it comes to a relationship, how many times have we seen women in the public eye who, by all intents and purposes, look about as perfect as a woman can look, who ends up with a partner who disrespects her, cheats on her, or leaves her? Sure, she was beautiful, but ultimately, looks alone cannot carry a relationship. Look at Emily Ratajkowski, for example. Absolute stunner. Practically perfect in every physical way possible. Husband cheated. Angelina Jolie, one of the world's most beautiful women, cheated on. Victoria Beckham, cheated on. Kylie Jenner, also cheated on. Gwen Stefani, she got cheated on too. Being conventionally beautiful is great and all, but if that's all you have going for you, sorry, but that's going to get boring pretty quickly.
The reason why those women that you consider ugly or unattractive, or who don't fit the standard or societal ideals of beauty, often get the best men and get treated the best is because they have more to offer than looks. They have more to bring than just their bodies, and they have more to give than just their goodies.
This is why humans are multifaceted. We are so much more than our looks alone, which in today's day and age is great news. If you have been looking in the mirror and feeling down about yourself because you're like, I don't fit the beauty standard, I don't have a slim thick body, I'm not a size 0, take heart, my friend, because what makes you beautiful encompasses so much more than just your physical appearance. The thing that most people seem to forget is that you could be the most attractive person in a room, and yet not everyone in that room is going to find you attractive. Say there's 10 people in the room. 6 might think you're a babe, and then the other 4 might be like, she's not my type.
I think Michelle was the most attractive. How she looked, how she carried herself, and it just seems like someone that's going to live an exciting life, I guess you could say, or that you could have like a deep conversation with.
I think that Maria was the most attractive for me. It was just like her whole vibe, and like I liked how her hair was, how her makeup was done. Like she looked very nice.
It doesn't mean you're ugly, it just means that beauty is subjective. I know it sounds cliche, but beauty really is in the eye of the beholder. And what one person finds attractive, another might find ugly. Looking like Kendall Jenner or Megan Fox is not the only way to be attractive. These women look nothing like the quote-unquote hot girls of today, and yet their partners think they are the hottest women in the world. They may not fit society's standard of beauty, but they fit their husband's standard of beauty. And if that is not the very definition of beauty is in the eye of the beholder, then I don't know what is. For example, and I'm talking men here, but you could apply this logic to any gender. Some men appreciate curves. Others prefer an athletic body. Some men like women with curly hair, and others prefer straight. Some like blondes, others like brunettes. You get what I'm saying here. What makes someone attractive is actually a combination of all these things that contribute to someone's overall appeal. Have you ever met someone and you're just like, they are so hot? Even though on paper, they may not technically be your type, and you can't really put your finger on what makes you find them so attractive, but there's just something about them, like an X factor, a certain je ne sais quoi, that makes you find them so damn hot. Because that's the thing, my friends. You don't have to be the prettiest girl in the room. You don't have to meet society's unrealistic standards of beauty to be drop dead gorgeous. Sure, looks are interesting, but looks also fade. And if you are relying solely on your looks to get you a life partner, I'm sorry, but you're gonna be sorely disappointed. Do you know what doesn't fade? A sense of humor, intelligence, creativity, kindness, passion, ambition, empathy, the shape of your body, the color of your hair, the size of your belly, like literally all that pales in comparison. So why do ugly women attract hot men? Well, here's a novel idea. Perhaps they're not ugly at all. They may not be your cup of tea, and that's fine, but their partner thinks they're a stunner. And just perhaps these women have more to them than just their face or their body. Maybe, just maybe, they attracted these attractive men because they have epic personalities. Maybe they get along with each other. Maybe they share a similar sense of humor, or they get along with each other's families, or they have similar life stories, or they share similar ethics. The idea that physical attractiveness is the sole factor in attracting a partner is quite frankly simply not accurate. So many factors contribute to attraction. An attractive man may be attracted to a woman not because of what she looks like at all. He might find himself drawn to her because she possesses qualities that he himself values. And here's the crux of it. A woman doesn't need to have an Instagram body or a tweakmented face or big boobs or big butt or big pouty lips. She doesn't need to look perfect by society's beauty standards in order to deserve a man who others may think is too rich or too good looking or too successful for her. Relationships and people are complex and multifaceted, and the dynamics of attraction are influenced by a multitude of factors far beyond physical appearance.